Hi, this is Trent James helping you create music in Ableton. You want a richer, more engaging sound? Then you're going to need some kind of echo. What people call echo is actually two things, delay and reverb. Delay is just the same sound repeated a bit quieter, like this. Reverb, on the other hand, kind of smears the sound out over time, like this. Sometimes you'll want to use both, like on a big lead synth. Sometimes you only want one or the other. Sometimes you don't want any at all. We're going to jump into Ableton, see how this is done. This is a song I made with my buddy Brad called Haunted Machine. I recorded Brad's vocals on an audio track, but there's no effects on him yet. And sure, it sounds pretty good, but it doesn't fit the style of the song. So let's start with some delay. Ableton actually has 4 different delay effects, and we're going to use the one called Simple Delay. The default settings are different for the left and right ear. This link button will link the left and right together. If sync is turned on, then the time delay will be based on the tempo of the song. These buttons determine how many beats the delay will last for. To fill in the vocal gaps, let's try a 16 beat delay. If you turn off sync, you have to set the delay in milliseconds. This is used for really short delays, and it can kind of make it sound like 2 people are singing. I'll stick with a sync delay for this part. To the right of the sync button, you have the beat offset percentage. This shifts the delay slightly forward or backwards in time. Sometimes I like to set the delays with the same number of beats, but apply a bit of opposing offset to the left and right ears. That way the delayed signal ends up on the sides of the stereo field rather than in the center. Of course, I'm going to have to unlink to do this. Then I'll set them both to the same amount of beats. I'll bump one up and the other back. The dry wet determines how loud the delayed signal is relative to the non-delayed signal. 100% means you only hear the delay. 0% means there is no effect. In most cases, you should keep this below 50%. Feedback determines whether the delayed signal should be delayed again. So this is no feedback, and this is lots of feedback. It has a limit of 95%, because if they let you set this to 100%, it would go on forever. You don't want a lot of this, especially on a lead track. Too much feedback's going to turn your whole track into mud. Yeah, that's too much. I'm going to keep this pretty low. Alright, so the best part of Ableton is the automation. Any one of these parameters can change over the course of your track. You just click any knob or button, and then you add breakpoints into the automation lane. So let's say that I want the dry wet to come up when the vocals are missing. I'll just draw that automation in. Now when I play my track, this knob kind of moves on its own. So the delay is sounding pretty great, but I need something else. Let's add some reverb to the voice. Here, the dry wet determines the percentage of the track that is reverb. 100% is too much. When the track is soloed, it sounds really cool with a lot of decay time. But this is not going to work when we bring the rest of the track back in. Sounds like mud. Here's a tip. If you think you want a big reverb, instead of having a long decay time, give yourself lots of pre-delay. That'll make it sound bigger, but it won't muddy up your track. Some people like to calculate their pre-delay using the tempo of the song. I say that's a waste of time. Mix with your ears, not with a calculator. Just make it sound good. So that's all for now. If you want more, just like and subscribe and check out my other videos. If you want to hear this whole song, click the link in the description. And until next time, just keep making music.